but so is our podcast. There's a new documentary series that debuted on HBO last night, and it's called McMillions. I don't know why, but this story has gripped me for a little while now. You know, when I first heard about it, and then I heard a documentary was in play, and last I heard, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon actually have the rights to the story for a movie, like a Hollywoodized movie, not a documentary series. It's ridiculous and hilarious, but still fraud and still a crime. So the story of McMillions is that from 1989 to 2001, there were no legitimate winners on the McDonald's Monopoly game. And it just seems like almost like such a small thing in the grand scheme of the world, but a long time for this scam to be running. So there's this guy known as Uncle Jerry. I mean, it's kind of his code name, I guess. I mean, his name was Jerome, but anyway. He was the head of security at the promotional company that made the McDonald's game. And he was funneling the game-winning rare pieces to select people and did a pretty good job, I mean, obviously 1989 to 2001, at hiding what he was doing and that there was connections between these people. I don't remember exactly how the FBI got onto it, but they basically started looking into this Uncle Jerry character and this possible fraud at McDonald's, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't even know if they had something. I guess how it goes is that the FBI needs someone who's willing to pursue it as a legal matter, like a high-powered lawyer or something, in order for it to be a real case, so they started pursuing it. And not only that, but it's done in this like sleepy little office in Florida that's kind of seen as like a backwater, easy position. Maybe you go there before you retire or something. And all these pieces that fall into place, like the little details, like the office not being big, and you know, the office not being an important one that hasn't really done big things. They go after white-collar criminals and, you know, embezzling and stuff like that, which obviously it's important. It's just this funny story that if it wasn't real, you wouldn't believe it. If I just came on here and was spouting off at it like, hey, this is a script idea I had, you'd probably all think I was an idiot, because it's the McDonald's Monopoly game. Who cares? But because the fraud was so huge, because it went on for so long, and that promotion did a lot for McDonald's. I mean, their sales would go up 40, 50% every time they ran it. They started running the thing twice a year in some years. So the FBI is looking into this whole case, and they start digging deeper and deeper, and they have this young agent, and he's interviewed on McMillions on HBO, which the first episode's out, you gotta watch it. You wish you had as much fun at your job as this guy was having. He's just all about it. He's laughing a lot. He's a ridiculous guy. He shows up in a gold suit when they bring the McDonald's people in to talk to him about it. They don't know if these people are even involved, and this guy decides it's a good idea to start messing with them. I mean, the McDonald's Corporation, in this fact, was kind of a victim, which is insane to say about a multi-billion-dollar corporation that had really horrible beginnings with Ray Kroc ripping everyone off anyway. But this guy's just loving his job. He's pushing for undercover work. He's not an undercover agent. They don't do undercover out of that office. They don't even know what the undercover work would be for. He just wanted to do it. And he has so much fun getting this thing going. He's already a larger-than-life character. So when you think of a movie version for it, some actor is going to have a lot of fun leaning into that role. The docuseries is following the investigation. And, I mean, 2001, 19 years ago now, but it wasn't so long ago that there's only a couple of them left and their memories are foggy. The people are talking about this are like, oh yeah, I remember that. I haven't talked about that in a while. Sure, let's get into it. And even the documentary has this air of, they all knew it was kind of silly, but still important to do. It's this weird line it's walking where it's serious fraud, but it doesn't have the weight of like child abduction or something really truly horrendous. It's really interesting and it's funny, and I remember as a kid, you know, going to McDonald's and you kind of knew you were never gonna win, but what if that would be cool? And you literally couldn't. And I know the United States has a lot of laws to make sure these things happen above board, and even like silly little game shows that give away a couple bucks. Like I'm pretty sure even Billy on the street, who plays for $1, has to follow these very specific rules, and that's why he's constantly reading the rules off the cue cards and stuff. The United States government is on it ever since the fraud in the, I believe it was the 70s. I forget the show. It's a whole other topic. McMillions. It's funny. It's well done. It's a real case. It's real crime. And it happened not that long ago. And it would really drudge up some memories of the 90s. I highly recommend it. Thanks for taking this ride with me. Make sure to listen to So Wizard Podcast every week wherever you get your podcasts. Also, be sure to go to SoWizardPodcast.com for reviews, recommendations, merchandise, and more. Please subscribe to our channel. We've been pushing out a ton of content, and it really helps us grow our audience. We love hearing feedback, so drop us a note in the comments or leave us something on social media. All the accounts will be found after the show. And So Wizard Podcast can also be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get bonus content, give input, talk to the guys from the show. Thanks.